How's it going? So today we're going to create a planet scene. So we're going to do it in black and white, and we're just going to make it also a nice basic scene, but it's going to be the foundation of the skills that we'll use later. So it'll do it for treat you for the whole journey. So to create a planet we need two main things, which is color variation and texture. So once we've created those, we put a mask over the top. Once the mask is in place, we paint the rest of the picture, and then once we're ready, we take the mask off and reveal the planet. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of variations so you can see how we can change the texture and play around with the color a bit, even with the black and white paints. So I just want to touch on the light source for a moment. We can get very complicated with light source, having multiple ones, different colors and all that, but we're not going to worry about that today. Today we're just going to think light source up in this corner, which means shadow is down in this corner. Right, so if we have the light source, so if say on this planet the shadow's here, but we've got a planet over here and the shadow's up here, right, so we'd need a light source in the middle for that to work. Right, so if the light source is over here, we need the shadow down this side. On this planet, we need the shadow still on the same side. Right? So yeah, that creates some realism in your photo. If the shadows aren't right and the lighting isn't right, then the whole scene doesn't look correct.
Okay, so I've already got the planets down. We've just got a nice area that we've surfaced so we can, with the mask on, so we can see where we were. So I've already started a bit on here. We put the colours down. Just get a bit of paint out. So I've got a bit of different coloured textures on there. We can layer a bit more if we want. Alright, so from here, we've got a couple of methods that we can use to create the planet. So I'm going to scrunch up the paper. Just going to put that down, pat it on, and peel it off. So you can see it's making a bit of a texture there. Alright, so the second technique is we can just put it down and swipe. So making a bit of a streak. And the third technique is we can just swirl. So paint's gotten a little dry, so I'll put a bit more on. That's better. You can see that in a nice little arc there. So I've got three different textures. So from here, we have our light source, so we're going to have the light source from up here. So we've got the back end of the planets are in shadow. So just creating an arc there. Right. So we can put where the light is coming from and create an arc of white for the highlight. So now when we place the markers down, we want to make sure that we've got a bit of the shadow, a bit of the highlight in there. So I'm just changing things around a bit. Just put it straight down. So if you're watching, you may have noticed I've changed the layout of them. That was just based on how I sprayed it. That these templates fitted what resulted better. Right, so now we're just going to just spray around, filling in the scene. So you can see this white part here. I've done this deliberately. It's because I'm mixing paints at the moment. So this is what happens when you get different quality paints. So this is the Rust-Oleum brand paint. So it's about $15 a can. This is Accent. It's about $7 a can. So they don't blend too well, but this isn't a problem. We can incorporate it into the picture. All right. So from here we can create a highlight. So we can just spray on there. So you can see there's like a light behind the planet. So there's some nice stars. Right. So you can see I've got that spray happening, so it looks like there's stars. So that's one option. So the better option is spray between our fingers, flick off to the side, and we can flick directly above. So we're creating bigger stars, a bit more consistency. So we can, like I said, we can blend the two. It's you can make your it's whatever your intention is of how you want that to look. Right. So from here we can just take that off and we can see the results. Now again, see how the this is because of the different blending of paints, so it doesn't this type of stuff can happen, which is why we keep the paint the same brand with every picture. Right. So now we can create comets. Right, so I'm going to take another sheet. So I'm just going to fold it in half so we've got a nice straight edge, and then we're going to curve it. So we've got a nice curve here, and I'm going to just fold the edge down one side so I've got a point, and the other side is nice and loose. Right, so when we put that down, you just get the white. We're just going to spray into, so we're not spraying onto the picture here, we're spraying into our mask here. So we've got a nice little comet there. So the longer that we want the tail, the lower we can get that in. Right. So you can see here this is starting to drip, so we've got to make sure that we wipe that off. Right. Otherwise it'll drip on the paint. This is the first time I did this. I just sprayed, I went nuts, so I had like 4 or 5 comets, and as I was peeling it off, so like basically went into like flash time, let the drop just like drip down, give me the middle finger, dripped right on the middle of my masterpiece. So just make sure that we wipe off in between. Right. So you can see we've got so a nice long thin one, so I was up spraying a bit higher. These look a bit thicker, so I was spraying closer down to the edge here. Right. So that's pretty much the scene. So as I said, deliberately put that the wrong colours on, so the wrong mix of paints, so that we can see what happens when we do that. But other than that, so it's a nice, this is just a black and white scene, but it looks pretty decent. So
okay, so just a few things to touch on. So if we're using canvas, so the paint dries pretty quickly. So using a swirl technique, or so the wipe off, can produce sticky results, for lack of a better word. So when you're wiping it off, you pick it up, so the canvas can lift off if you haven't off your table if you haven't secured it properly. Okay, so also on canvas, I've had mixed results with the wiping and all that. So I found the blotching and lifting actually works the best on canvas. So you can get results, but you need to put a bit more paint on to really get that that swirling effect. Okay, so just a word of warning that would have been useful that I had at the start, so I'm going to provide it now. So when I was doing it, I was spraying a few pictures throughout the day. Like I had 4 or 5, they were looking fairly good, and then for some reason all of the paint started splattering, right? So it's like it was starting to ruin the pictures. So, and it was every paint can, so I was looking at all so was it the nozzles, there was something clogged. Then I just realised that the tip of the finger, so the spray finger, so the rubber glove, it just started hanging off. So it was a bit of about ½ centimetre loose glove over the top, and the spray was hitting that and just splattering everywhere. So just make sure you put everything secure on with the gloves. Okay, so ask anything that you want in the comments, and feel free to post your artwork there, and it doesn't matter how good or bad it is, so we're all here to learn, so we can learn off each other's mistakes as well. So thanks for watching, see you next time, and enjoy getting a step ahead.